Okay, this is Chapter 6, What If Analysis, and we are working with hands-on exercise number 3, the final one in the chapter. And we're going to learn about solver in this chapter. So first thing we're going to do is load the solver add-in. Then we're going to set the objective and variable cells in the solver parameters window. We're going to go ahead and define the constraints of the problem, and then we're going to solve the problem and generate a solver report. So those are the four things that we're going to do in hands-on exercise number 3. Now let me just read you a little bit about solver. What solver is an add-in that helps you find the best or optimal solution to a problem. And these optimization models typically find the highest, lowest, or exact value for one particular result by adjusting values for selected variables. Solver is one of the most sophisticated what-if analysis tools, and people use solver daily in a variety of situations and industries. Okay, the example that the book gives, for example, a cell phone manufacturing facility can use solver to maximize the number of phones made or minimize the number of labor hours required while conforming to other production specifications. A financial planner might use solver to help a family adjust its expenses to stay within a monthly income budget. Okay, so let's talk about what we're going to actually do. We are on the home loan sheet of our Chapter 6 hands-on exercise. Right before we get started, why don't we change the cost of the home to $150,000 in cell B2. And we're back to our original spreadsheet where the monthly payment is $668.38. All right, let's talk about how we install the solver add-in. It's from the File tab, and the very bottom is Options. So File Options, and then as we scroll through the options, add-ins. Solver is an add-in. And then near the bottom there's this Go button, and this will show you what we can add in. And our available add-ins are Analysis Toolpack, Analysis Toolpack VBA, Euro Currency Tools, and Solver add-in. Let's go ahead and check Analysis Toolpack, which has a lot of statistical tools that are handy that we'll use in Chapter 8, and then the Solver add-in, and click OK. And it should take just a second for Excel to add in those two add-ins, and they'll be in the Data section. So as we scroll through in the Data tab, very off to the very right, you should now see Data Analysis and Solver. Okay, we're going to be working with Solver, so let's go ahead and click on that button now. It says, what cell has your objective function? And what we're trying to do is buy a particular house. So what our objective is going to be is cell, actually, we're going to set it as B12. B12 has the monthly payment. We're going to try to maximize the house by setting B12 to an exact value of $1,000. Okay, so we want to make monthly payments of $1,000. How much house can we afford? We're going to go ahead and change the variables B2 through B5 in that solver parameters window. So when we set the variable cells, these are the things that solver is going to adjust in order for us to make our monthly payment exactly $1,000. Okay, now we need to define some constraints. Right now we have 0 constraints in there, so we need to go ahead and add a constraint. Alright, now it says cell reference, and in this case it's less than or equal to a constraint. If we hit this drop down, we can have exactly equal to, greater than or equal to, an integer or binary number or difference. So we're going to do, in this particular case, our first cell reference is going to be B2, and we're going to say the house cost has to be less than or equal to $300,000. So we can only afford a $300,000 house. We're going to go ahead and click Add, because we're going to go ahead and add a whole bunch. We're going to do B2 again, and then this time we're going to say greater than or equal to and 100,000. So the cost of our house has to be between $100,000 and $300,000. Let's go ahead and put in another constraint. we're going to say our down payment has to be less than or equal to 10,000 or greater than or equal to 5,000. So down payment is cell B3 is less than or equal to 10,000. We'll add cell B3 has to be greater than or equal to 5,000. Okay, we're going to add some more constraints. We're going to say the annual percentage rate, or cell B4, has to be less than or equal to 6%. We'll add to that. Cell B4 has to be greater than or equal to 4%. Okay, we have a couple of more constraints. We're going to keep adding. We're going to say the number of years of our loan, or cell B5, has to be less than or equal to 30 years. We're going to add that cell B5, number of years of the loan, has to be greater than or equal to 15 years. Okay. And the final thing that we're going to add is that the number of years, cell B5, has to be an integer. Okay. We're going to pay between 15 and 30 years. We're not going to pay 15 and a half years or 15.25 years. It goes in whole number increments. So we're going to make cell B5, the number of years of the loan, an integer. Now that we've put in all of our constraints, go ahead and click OK. And if you notice, we have our objective monthly payment is set to a value exactly equal to $1,000 per month by changing cost of the home, down payment, APR, and the number of years of the loan, subject to a number of constraints. House cost between $100,000 and $300,000, down payment between $5,000 and $10,000, annual percentage rate between 4% and 6%, the number of years of the loan between 15 and 30, and the number of years of the loan has to be an integer. Okay, so we've defined all of our constraints. We're going to go ahead and click on Solve. We're actually going to go ahead and solve this. And when we do, it comes up with a solution. For us to make payments of exactly $1,000 a month, we're going to have a 20-year loan. Our APR is going to be 5.91%. Our down payment is going to be $10,000, and the amount of home we can buy is $150,647.82. Okay, now click on the word answer. We want to generate an answer report, and then go ahead and click OK. Now let's look. We have a brand new tab. It says answer report number 1. It says your original monthly payment value was $668.38. Your final value is $1,000. That's what we specified. That's what we set our objective to. Our original house value was $150,000. We can actually afford a slightly bigger house. Our down payment is going to be the same at $10,000. We could have an interest rate as high as 5.91% as long as we're only paying for 20 years. And let's look and see how we did with our constraints. Our constraints said that the house cost had to be between $100,000 and $300,000, and it is at $150,000. We said the amount of the down payment had to be between $5,000 and $10,000, and it is. It's $10,000 exactly. We said the APR had to be between 4 and 6, and it's 5.91. And the number of years of the loan had to be between 15 and 30 years, and it's 20 years, and it's an integer. So we've met all of our constraints, and we've arrived at one possible and hopefully the best solution. So that's an example of Solver. This chapter was all on what-if analysis. As a refresher, we did a 1-variable data table, a 2-variable data table. We did goal seek. We did scenario manager, where we created 3 scenarios, and we did solver. And that's chapter 6.